Hello there, I'm back again. Can you get through this time? Sorry, I just wasn't getting anything there, so I thought I'll restart again. Hello, if you can. Oh, there we go. Hello. Hello, Dave. It's nice to have you back again. I couldn't get any chat through at all. Hello again. Hello, Nick. How you doing? That's better. You're back again. I just wondered because you couldn't have gone that quiet. There must have been somebody with a question out there. We're knife nuts after all. So, shall we start again? Give us a question. You're back, Scott. Nice to see you. You sound good. Well, what was it, Lord Somebody? Do you own any Mora knives? Yes. I have a couple of Mora knives. Love Mora. I was a bushcrafter before I was into. Hello, Dave. Before I was into just knife collecting, I was a bushcrafter, and I used to love camping. Just going out with a hammock and a bag, and that was me. I'd just go into the forest by myself. So Mora was the knife I used. They're just brilliant knives for out in the woods. Love Moras. In fact, if you go back and look at my fixed blade ones, you'll see the Moras that I've still got all my old ones that I had. And I've a real lovely antique one. If you go back and see one of my fixed blade ones, I've done one not so long ago. You'll see a lovely old Mora I have there. I think it's from the 40s or 50s. It's a real old one. Dave don't get a sore throat talking. I get a sore throat talking too, just not enough. Not enough to please the wife. Hello from Titusville, Bo Thompson. How are you, sir? It's really nice to see you. You're more than welcome to the channel. Please just fire any questions that you want. I answer just about anything. What would you change for the Lansky sharpener? To be honest with you, I only use the Lansky to do a reprofiling. It really is the only freehand. I don't use the Lansky for them. But the Lansky system is just a good, basic, cheap system. Would I like one of the more expensive ones? Probably yes. But I just at the minute I don't feel the need to do it because one, I'm not somebody who likes the super high mirror finish, Dave. I like a nice mirror finish, just one that I can get hand sharpening. So the only reason for me to buy one of those more expensive ones is if I want to put these super mirror finishes and then not use the knife. If that makes sense, Dave, I just so freehand is my thing at the minute, and the Veneve stones is the ones of choice, and I'm getting them given to me. I'm very fortunate. Veneve sent me the stones, and I love them. They're actually sent me some small ones that I can hand sharpen down the caravan. They're only about 4 inches by an inch, so I'm looking forward to getting them. They should be here shortly. What system do you use, Dave, yourself? Anybody else got sharpening systems out there? And any reason why they would recommend them? Do do do. Scott just got one of the all black ducks Pedigo Tenacious yesterday. Yeah, I've had a Tenacious in there from my first year of collecting. Love it, absolutely love it. Great knife. KMA, I'm good with it. Yeah, the KMA, it and that other one is just they are good. There's no doubt about it. They look good. They're very expensive to buy over here because we get taxes put on them. Lansky, John, yeah, the Lansky's okay, but I really only use it now when I get a new knife that needs reprofiled and I put an edge on it and it gives me a good edge. I actually done it with this and done a video with this at the weekend with a Lansky. Recently got a sharp maker. I have a sharp maker there. Yes, it's funny you're saying that, Chris. I just found one down at the caravan and it's sitting up on my deck, drying out. I'm going to clean it off and I'm going to do a sharpening video with the said stone. Work sharp guided system. Has stone ceramic rods, right? Yeah, the workshop looks really good too, I have to say. Look, to be honest with you, I think any system, I'm one of these people that I love sharpening on anything. It doesn't really matter. I'll just shove it down and learn how to sharpen on it. I think that's the joy of it. I mean, that's the joy of sharpening. It's just get something out, find out how to use it, and move on. But a lot of these ones, like the Spyderco one, they're only for just putting an edge back again. They're not really going to give you any heavy reprofiling and things like that. You have the workshop or the grinder. I've seen that. I have actually got the Chinese version of that workshop. Now I don't have no. There's no grinder with it, but it's a copy of the workshop. And that was one thing that really failed me. I couldn't get it. Gearbest sent it to me a couple of years ago, and I remember doing videos on it, and it was the one that I just didn't recommend because I couldn't work it. And that's my fault. It's nothing to do with it. Now, whether the Chinese one was particularly bad, it could well have been that. I'm sure the workshop's better anyway, but the Chinese clone looked exactly the same. And I actually bought workshop belts. Spider Kiwi are great. Do you have one? Do you know, I don't have a Spider Kiwi. I love the look of them, but I don't have one, I have to say. I don't think they make them anymore, do they? What's your thoughts on case knives? Case knives, they're a puzzle case. I just they baffle me. I know they make huge quantities. I just wish they would make less, but the fit and finish would up because they make beautiful knives. Their bone jigging is beautiful, but nearly every case I have had has had wonky centering, which is not so bad. I can get it being a wee bit off on a traditional knife. That wouldn't bother me so much, but there's been blade wobble in it. There's been the fit and finish of the spacer is not good. You'll see gaps and I mean big gaps. So I've not had great experience. I have quite a few cases there, but they're ones that I was able to pick rather than. I'm definitely getting into a conversation that I don't want to. um, but yeah, where was I? Yeah, no idea. Away there. I was away. I will be sending back a medium stock one with a purple curate. That purple curate looks lovely too, doesn't it? It really does look nice. Hello, Bo. How you doing? It's nice to see. It's 26 of you back again. I'm just not going to touch the screen anymore because every time I touch that screen, I wreck the chat line. What is your favourite Titan folder? What is your favourite Titan folder? Sorry, not sure what the Titan is. Everyday City Guy, what's up? How are you doing, sir? My mate Ray, you're very welcome, Ray. We're just chatting about anything. This is just an open chat forum. Just any questions you ask, Paddy will answer. I mightn't give you the answers you want, but I'll give you an answer. BM, now I have a bug out mini. What knife would you like to see a smaller version of? That's a great question. Now that is a super question. What would I like to see a smaller version of? Oh man, that's such a good question. Damn, I can't think of one. What would I like a smaller version? I'll tell you this year, one knife that has definitely got me is the PM3. I love the Para 3, not the PM3, the Para 3. I love it now. I didn't particularly like it at first, but I love it. What would I like as a smaller knife? That is such a good question. I'm looking around me trying to see a knife that I want a small version of. Do you know what? I couldn't tell you, but I know there must be one. There must be one. Surely to goodness, Stephen. Gosh, I'm scrambling here for an answer. That's not normally like. Do you know? There we go. There's another cold steel I've got. Is this Code 4? You see, a smaller version of the Code 4, I think would be a great addition. It's such a skinny little knife, but it's just so blooming big. If you had one maybe 75% the size of that, I think that would be a super. Mini 940 in my Carta. Now you're talking. That I could go for that. But I mean, I just think this is a beautiful knife. I didn't even, I forgot I had this. Isn't that terrible when you forget you've got a code 4? Yes, that code 4 would be lovely in a smaller version. My favourite right now is the William that's sponsoring you, Ray, isn't it? He's got some nice knives, I have to say. Yes, I think I've seen that one on your channel, in fact. You see that many knives now. There's so many YouTube channels doing knives. I honestly can't keep my brain. It's definitely got to do with age, but I cannot keep up with the names, the numbers. There's just so many of them out there. Somebody just sent me a super chat and I missed it. Thank you very, very much, whoever that was. I look back and thank you personally, but that was really nice of you. Thank you so much. How rude. I didn't even see it there. I must have been looking on the thing. Ah, Jersey Knife Guy, how are you, sir? It's nice to see you here. Wait till you see the slip joint I want to show. Jersey Knife Guy, you have to go and see this fella. He is an absolute knife addicted addict. He is just there. I can't get. I watch everyone's videos to try to keep up. I watch the videos. I constantly watch videos, but I just can't remember what I've seen. By the time I've got to the third video today, the first one escapes my mind. There's just mind blowing the amount of how the heck do we and Civivi keep up with the knives they're putting out. I have no idea. Whoever is in that the stock room there must have the biggest headache every week. It's called sorry, yes, Jersey Knife Guy. Go over to his YouTube channel and give him a check out. He really is a real passionate knife collector. He's been collecting bokers. He's had some lovely bokers this week. Is there anybody else like me this year has had a bit of a move towards traditional knives, or am I in the minority? David, there really is so many channels. It's just great. But the thing is, and this is there's so many good channels. There's so many people who can do it so well, and they seem to come on and do it immediately. It's taken me 3 years to get this bad. Anyway, oh, goodbye, God, that was all. Hey, hello, Andrew, how you doing? Lord Champy, I started last year and I must have about 20. Plains Crafter, thank you very, very much for that donation. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. I'm finding more today delayed. And I was not getting entertained by them. Now they seem to be changing, a bit of colour coming back in now, and a bit of different handle materials coming back in. But with the traditional knives, there's just such an array of knife shapes, knife designs. I'm absolutely hung up on it at the minute. I've actually got a couple of books. I haven't even started reading them yet. I've got a couple of books there. The Ravine or something it's called. Somebody had, and I'm dying to get a look at it. Too many black tacticals. Yeah, there was a period there when it was all, to me, it was just titanium and a super steel. And then when you go to traditionals and you realize, you've got a blade steel that's not worth tuppence compared to this is M390. There's your modern traditional M390 and 1095 carbon steel. It's like night and day, but yet either one of them knives does me a day. I mean, yes, if you need a certain steel that's going to get you through a day, or you just collect different steels, which is what I do. I just like knives that are of different steels so I can try them out. But this gets me through. I've carried this knife for nearly 2 weeks, or nearly 3 weeks. I've been carrying just a boy's knife, and I have done everything I needed. The other anchor is just a super knife. It really is. I've seen that mentioned there again. Really, really lovely knife. In fact, where is my otter anchor? I have it at hand usually. It's a knife I use if I've got something I want to chop. I find it a great chopping blade. And that's what it was sort of used for, wasn't it, originally? Where is my... Oh, for goodness sake, Stephen. I don't know where I put it. What does anybody, oh, here it is here. What does anybody think of the Para 3 lightweight? Does anybody notice a difference, a big difference between the Para 3 lightweight and the G10 model? Because I really do. I think the G10 model is like a completely different knife. I love the G10 and I can't stand the plastic. Like, you know, if you're cutting rope especially, that is great. Yeah, the Para 3, just talking of, you know, the lightweight. Although, I mean, it's nice that Spyderco are doing that, and it's a cheaper knife, and more people can get the knife in their hand. Um, but I've got both of them. They were both gifts. And the lightweight one, although it's a lovely, it looks nice. And my Carta Para 3, oh, David, now you're talking. That I will definitely buy. Don't care what the blade still is. My Carta Para 3 definitely would buy. I don't own one, but a Spyderco Para 3 and Maximate. Well, yeah, I mean, I have never had Maximate yet, and I was going to get one on my wee podcast group. We were going to get one, and I changed and got this instead because, in reality, I just want to get it to say that I've had it, and it wasn't a good enough reason, if that makes any sense. I've got my Para 3, which was Jason Guilfoyle, part of the package he sent me. It's the bento box in the blue, and my favorite color is blue. This to me is just, and it's an M390. It is just an absolute dream. I love this knife. I carry this down the caravan all the time. Now, where are we? Any more questions? Imagine how good it would be if Victorinox would do a run of knives. Yeah, I struggle with Victorinox. I know I shouldn't probably say that. The Victorinox, I have a. Where is my Victorinox? Oh, dash, I've got it. Where is it? I think it's in one of my little pouches. It is, yes. I have it here. I keep it in this wee pouch to throw in my pocket if I need it, where I've got a pen, a torch, and the Victorinox. Which one is this? This is the one with the owl on it. It's got the owl, no scissors, just the blade, the owl, and the front two tools. But to be honest with you, it stays in that wee pouch, and I very rarely, in fact, I'll take the wee pouch out and put a different knife in there most of the time. But I've never really been a Victorian. Yes, the Pioneer, you're right. The awl is absolutely, so one thing about it, and I do use and I have used the awl, it is an amazing, but I'll tell you what I've used the awl for that is even more amazing. Wood. You see, going through wood with that wee awl, it is amazing, absolutely amazing. The harvester is very similar, but a little hook blade. I have, let's see, I'm sort of looking all over the place here. Oh, here, I have this one here. This is the Kelso version. It's a wee clip point, but it also has the tree. You know, if you want to bed in for trees, join a tree onto another tree, this wee brass tool that comes with it. And that's the two that I have got. That is the only two that I've got. And to be honest with you, I really can't see me getting any more. You always carry a sack. Yeah, there's so many knife boys do. So many of you do. I just cannot get. I tried it, and I just couldn't get into it. I just wasn't using it enough. I picked it a second after watching. Yeah. I honestly, genuinely did carry it. This is my favourite. Well, I have on my keyring, I have the wee small. Oh, there's me saying I've only got. No, I've got the wee small one, the keyring with a pair of scissors, and I would use it. And if the scissors are too small, then I've got a knife. I missed that one with the all in the parcels, whatever that was. Missed that completely. Yeah, it's Hi Paddy, what knife have you enjoyed the least? Gosh, now we're getting into good questions. Probably the knife that disappointed me the most, I've just talked about, and that was the lightweight Para 3. I thought I would love it. Really did think I would love it, and I just completely stone cold dead on it. Absolutely nothing. No feeling for it whatsoever. I mean, I have it in my collection because it was a gift and I'm not going to get rid of it. But I mean, it's lovely to have there, and in use, it's all right. But just when you hold the G10 version of it, it just blows it out of the water. I've never known the same knife with just different handles feel so different. So I suppose the Para 3 lightweight was the big. It didn't replace back there. Give us another couple of questions. I'm running out of breath here. Hello from Texas, Mike. You're very, very welcome, sir. How about Sandra Moon knives? As I said, another knives, I got that brand. I have gone through more Sandra Moon knives than probably any other knife. If you were to go back to my first year in the channel, and probably part of the second year, I loved Sandra Moon knives. And you see small knives. I think Sandra Moon made and still do make some of the best small knives out there. You know, if you want to give a child a starter knife, I recommend Sandra Moon to anybody because they're so well made. They're sharp, they're well made. I've never had one fail on me, and for all the price they charge, San Remo, I reckon, are just. Do you have any custom made folders? Do I have any custom made folders? No, I don't have any custom made. I have a couple of knives that people modded for me, but there were ganzos and things like that. But no, I've no custom made. No, like this is my. This is going to do you as my custom because it's as dear as I'll ever pay. This is a Medford. The Mini Marauder. I love this knife. I love it. I keep saying it every time it's on, but I just genuinely do, and I use it. It's not a keepsake. I use it. I've cut up all the carpets in my house. You can see the big deep scratch, but I just love this knife. I bought this with the money when my mother passed away. I had a bit of extra money, and I wanted to buy something different than the norm. I really wanted to get a Chris Reeve, but everybody's got a Chris Reeve, but not everybody's got one of these. And this is just beautiful. And it's actually not a beast. It's actually really light. It's very, very comfortable in the hand. I cut up, I can't tell you how many feet of really thick carpet, and I didn't get a hot spot in my hand. It looks like it should be. I mean, it's not big chamfers or anything around it, but the blades, the heat treatness must be brilliant because it's only S35 VN. But by gosh, did it cut well. And I just love it. William Collins, I used to follow William Collins. Is that the boy that makes bushcraft knives and all? I followed him when he was in his back garden with a little stove before he built because he built himself a big outhouse and all. But I'd followed him for years. William Collins, yeah, I mean, there's a character from the past. And he seems to be doing very well with knives now, I have to say. Which Medford is it? It is the Mini Marauder. Mini Marauder. I'll even set it out there because I just love it so much. The Mini Marauder. It is just a gorgeous. I mean, that is a. You couldn't beat that to death. There's no movement in this knife. You know the way most knives you say, I can get movement? You can't get movement on this knife. The Medfords, there's no movement. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a bit harsh on the trying to get this across, but it's getting better with age. They really do wear in. I can actually flick this out now. It was impossible for me to flick it out when I first got it, but it's wearing in. The more and more, like anything, the more I use it. Although he does say, don't sit and do this because it doesn't do it any good. So I've just kept to his word and I've just used it, and it's getting better and better with use. And to me, to spend £500 on a knife and not use it just really wasn't in the equation. I thought about it. I said I was going to maybe do it, and that lasted about 2 days, and then I used it. And that's what I tend to do. My expensive knives, I think, well, I'll maybe not. I'll just put that to the side. No, never lasts because I just want to use it. I just want to see whether it's worth £500. Is it worth £500? Absolutely not. It's vastly expensive for a knife because it's no Yes, the design's there, but it's not over elaborate. There isn't some big hidden secret to it. It's just a bloody well made knife, but it's handmade most of it. So you have to give people pay for doing something handmade. The price is nice at around 500. Yeah, it's about £500 over here in the UK. That's what I pay. I paid about 475 for it, which is probably near $600. Well, it is $600. Um, let me get it. Is it worth using? The Hinder, that's my other expensive knife. This is again, this is one from my father. This is my Hinder slip joint. Use the heck out of it. This is an amazing knife too. This is well, this is legal here. This is what kills me. There you are. There's two knives. I know this, the Hinderer Slippy, is amazing. Please use it because you'll be sorry if you don't. Don't spend all that money and then not use it. It is a stunning knife. Stunning. So comfortable in the hand, whether you're using here or the forward choil. It is so comfortable. That would be, that's my favourite slip joint of all time. The Medford Smooth Criminal. Yes, David, I've seen yours. You were, I think you got yours. You were one of the first to get it, weren't you? Because I know I've seen it in your channel, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, look, Greg is very, you know, you either like him or you don't, or you can put up with him. I can put up with him. I think he's just a real cheeky chappy. But his family values are good. His work ethic is good. He makes a blooming good knife. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. It is a good knife. But again, I mean, can you ever say that this is worth £500? To me, it is. But worth as in the sum of all its parts? No, it's not. You have to be a knife lover to want this. Hello, Tony. He really does back them up a lot more than he says. I agree with you. I look. He can be a bit vulgar, a bit rude, and he says some risque things. But he really is. I don't know. I just there's something about him and his knife making and what he puts into his knife. He puts his heart and soul into that company, and I like that. I have to say, I really do like that. And it's very nice to see you, Tony. I am over the moon. Thank you so much for coming on. Um, what's your thoughts on the Medford made hinder? The Medford made hinder? Don't know. I have no thoughts. Never seen it. Medford made hinder? Never seen it. Never seen it. Or have I? No, I can't say. I don't think I've seen it at all. Have you got one on your channel, David? Medford made Hinderer. Yes, the AR-75. The AR-75. Do you know, I don't think I've seen it. Maybe I have, but I just don't think so. Any thought on Emerson knives? It's tactical knives, Scott. I really don't do tactical knives as such. I wouldn't go out looking for them. Um, don't have one on my channel. I must look out for it, David. I didn't realize you'd even done a collaboration with Hinderer. Although there's two people that can make a knife. I mean, the fit and finish on this is every bit as good as it is on that. Every bit as good, and I mean it's a couple of £100 cheaper. Um, but having both is just a godsend. I just love these. I really feel blessed to have these, and they're for reasons that, especially this one. This one was for my father, and my father was never a knife lover. Um, but I bought this in memory of him, and I was very close to my dad, and since I got this, and every time I use it, it brings lovely memories of him. We'll leave that, but it brings lovely memories. It's one thing. Knives can evoke memories to me, and I think it's like anybody who collects something, they evoke memories if you get them for special. That's strange. I nearly got bloody emotional there. But there we go. That's all right. That's all right. Now, I'm sure I missed a half a dozen questions there. Please ask again. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just I find it very hard to keep up with all the questions and look down at knives. Paddy, is it worth shopping in the US secondary market versus the UK market? I don't know. I really haven't shopped that much. There's a boy in the UK that I use, and he's really, really good, and he has a lot of contacts in America. I just got another. Well, I just got this one. It was one of his contacts in America, and he got this for me, and he posted it from America to me, and I got it at a really reasonable price. Not cheap, but I got it at a reasonable price because I couldn't get one over here. So I think it's just a lot of times you'll build up friends, and I have a lot of friends in America now that if I really wanted to, I could ask them to get me a knife and send it over. But to be honest with you, I'm now getting hit with customs. I'm on the terrorist list. I got a package stopped. It was a big package that was sent to me. I'll tell you a sweet story. And they actually sent an anti-terrorist leaflet to me. I asked people to stop doing it because anything sent from America, I get hit with customs now every time, and it's full custom charges, which is quite scary sometimes. Quite scary. But I got this wee leaflet sent, the anti-terrorists were looking at the amount of knives that I had coming in. So there you go. I'm a terrorist in the making. Free tigers are a great price on AliExpress. Do you know, I've seen there's somebody doing, was it the Canadian fella was doing free tigers. I watched a couple of videos on them, and I bought a half a dozen knives of Apostle P. Yeah, the Apostle P seems to be very good. Yeah, both you and Al have both shopped off him and got good results. But you'll build up friends that can help you out. But I think sometimes if you just tend to wait over here and they eventually come here. But I know what it's like if you want something, you have to have it. But I think they're getting a wee bit better. Heine's getting a wee bit better at getting them in quicker. What's the other one that I use over here now? Oh, I've forgotten the blooming name of it. Knives and Tools is another good one. They stock a great supply of knives. How much is the customs? I was getting a couple of knives from Mild Mannered. Look, customs, you're charged on whatever the price that's put on the package is the simple answer to that. And if it's a big package, you'll get hit with big. But for just one knife, maybe two knife that's in around £100, you're talking 20 quid, somewhere around there, 25 quid. But I mean, that's a rough price. That is a rough price. But yeah, I mean, even going on, I don't do it, but I mean, there's a healthy, not YouTube, what do you call that other one? Facebook. If you go onto Facebook, there's knife groups on Facebook, and you can go on them, and the local knife groups, in the UK, they're probably a great place to go and buy knives. About 6 knives at 30 is 180. Well, I mean, if they stop it could be 30 quid, 40 quid, depending on what they charge. They really do charge whatever they like. I would never buy expensive items from the US because of customs. Yeah, it depends. Look, if there's a knife that you want, that's what you have to do. Merchandise over 15 is 20% plus £8. Yeah, I mean, it really is. I'm not a customs aficionado. I just don't like them when they get me. And I know we should pay it, but you don't have to like things all the time. You don't have to like things. Tony, have you stopped bleeding now? The last time I was talking to you, you were bleeding. I paid £42 of the Enzo PK70. Yeah, I mean, they can get you. There's no doubt about it. There's a boy on this channel now tonight, Tony Meador, who's not as active on YouTube at the minute, but I wish he'd come back again and be active. He's the font of all knowledge. He taught me everything I know, which sadly I don't take a lot in, but he was willing to give me his time, and He talked me through this knife game better than anybody ever did. And I would love to see more of him on YouTube again. A great font of knowledge, especially from newcomers. And he's also a blooming great photographer. Go on Instagram and get him on Instagram. Include no paperwork. Yeah, yeah, I think that's the way to go. Well, the only trouble is if you lose a knife and it's an expensive one, you know, you've lost a lot of money. You've lost a lot of money. Now, what time is it, boys? I have absolutely no idea what time it is. Oh gosh, it's after 11 o'clock. It's after. Love that ZT he sent you. Yeah, that ZT is still part of it's in my prime drawer still. It's still one of my favorite EDC knives. They can bring out new models all they like, but to me, this fits my hand. I have a medium large hand, so yes, my fourth finger's on the back there, but it's still incredibly comfortable. And the thought that he got it anodized and all for me, it is just a stunner. Love, love, love this knife. Worse than 99, yeah. Yeah, everything's worth a risk if you're waiting for something. But I honestly, Eric, I get caught every time now. They just whether they've got my name things up. But for those who put some money on the super chat, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Um, I'm going to head off now. I've had a lovely chat. I'm going to start doing this more often. I really want to do it once a week, and I want to get regular at doing it again. I've got out of the habit, and maybe this is a good night. I've enjoyed tonight. I've enjoyed all of your company. Thank you so much for the questions. If I didn't answer your question, I'm sorry. It was nothing to do with you. It's my reading and taking things in. Good night, everybody, and thank you so much again. And wee Paddy is going to drink this cold cup of tea. The wife's in bed warming it up, and I'm away to join her. Take care. All the best. See you through the week. Bye now. Bye all. Good night, everybody.